Picture this, everyday all-American hometown wannabes, flooding our streets and towns, cruising our pastures.
You ain't fooling me. I see what you're doing. I see you.
Wielding the full force of the routine and mundane and leaving in their wakes the opportunity to go and do it again tomorrow. Gadzooks, it's the Invisibles! Such is life for the citizens of It Takes a Village. Dads, moms, aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces, and yes, even we small children. The Invisibles. Occupied people experience a life of occupation, where hard work is not a chore, but the opportunity for a job that needs doing.
Well, they may not be much to look at, but I tell you what, they get the job done.
The Invisibles, supporting truth, justice, and a paycheck again this time next week. The Invisibles.
People who don't know me, I started out as an artist and an athlete. And when I was in high school, I was sort of a pretty good athlete that was able to get a full scholarship to a major college to play football and study design and art. I was a filmmaker by trade and I was a closet animator. When I was in college, you couldn't major in animation. Animators made money, they made titles for movies, and they helped work at the industry, or they made independent animated films. Independent suited me much better because I have free creativity and I have a lot of control over the films. I had made an animated movie in college. It was basically an experimental animation where you learn how to use these techniques, where you learn how to draw on cell, and you learn all these different techniques, cut out animation, as well as some stop motion. So you make like an experimental film to learn what motion under the camera is all about.
Oh, look what we have here. We have some new servant strangers on my turf. Hey, you jerks, go out there and give them a cool welcome with the low self-esteem blasters.
So then after I made this movie, I set sail for California. I've taken a lot of drawing classes, and I've taken more drawing classes than I've taken anything in terms of advanced drawing. And so I was so polished in terms of the drawing, life drawing and things like that, that people would call up to the art department in school and would want a sketch artist to sketch people at a gathering or a party. And usually I would be the guy, so I would actually go to these Procter & Gamble parties with my sketch pad and sketch people for like $500 a night. And that's all I would do, is just go walk around the party with my sketch pad, and if somebody wanted me to draw them, I would draw them. And so that was my pizza pie money. I decided I wanted to get into compository sketch artist because I was always fascinated with that. And then I found out to be a compository sketch artist in California, there was only one person doing that. And you also had to enroll in the police force, so I had to become a policeman to actually do this job. So I didn't let it discourage me. I enrolled in becoming a LA policeman at the academy, and right before I got ready to become number 74 of the first 100 cadets, I was called by one of my professors in college, Professor Lewis Rockwood, who later passed my senior year with pancreatic cancer. Lewis Rockwood was an animator himself. Lewis Rockwood, Rocky as we call him, Rocky called me and said, "Willie, you taught the undergraduate classes. We'd like for you to come back and teach more undergraduate classes, and we have this, what we call an award to give. We will actually pay for your tuition while you taught those classes." And I would study as a master's student. In my particular case, teach as my full-time job, and then I do animation on the side, and I do animation that has a lot to do with my teaching. So as part of my research as a professor here, you also want to be able to publish and do things that help kind of like support what you do and as a teacher student. So I jumped on the situation. I came back to Cincinnati to study and also teach in the undergrad segment. While I was doing it, I also worked at a juvenile delinquent center formed by 3 judges at the juvenile court in Cincinnati. I was employed at Hillcrest as a person that would shoot the videos for all the segments in terms of the educational development and for a staff. And I would also work on the weekends in terms of security, as well as doing art therapy with the students who are using art as therapy. Those were the things that I did there while I was going to graduate school. So my thesis became part of my work.
Oh, and I'd say that concludes another fun fact-filled frolic with the Invisibles, the wannabes that inspire us all to wanna be.